Welcome to another episode of Heal Yourself podcast. You have Kira and Denise today, and we are talking all about self-betrayal. Ooh, juicy topic.
I think all of our topics are juicy.
I know, but I love how we choose our topics. Like you text me, what are we talking about? Self-betrayal question mark.
Well, and a lot of it is from life experience or things we see in clients or out in the world. And so, yeah, sometimes stuff just comes to us, and other times I'm like, I have no idea what we're talking about this week. Do you?
I know. And then we just come up with a topic. But I really love this topic because, we constantly do it, especially as women, especially as mothers, and we rationalize why we do it. I literally just recorded a story about that. Like, we just keep self-betraying and just justifying and coming up with excuses. So it's really important to, talk about it and have this conversation because you and I have done so much inner work, so much inner work, and we still here and there catch ourselves betraying ourselves.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we
that's
always say
definitely,
it's a lifelong journey. Like healing is lifelong, and then you just keep peeling back layers of the onion. And that's the thing. When you said it, I was like, gosh, what are we going to talk about? And then literally, like I had an aha of self-betrayal. And I actually just made a story, or not a story, but a reel about that today. Because the thing is it is so common for us to not be true to ourselves, right? Like we will push something aside or we'll ignore something or whatever that self betrayal looks like, not say no when we need to. That can tie in with boundaries because we want to be liked or we're worried about what people are going to say about us or it doesn't seem like they're like, oh, that doesn't seem like the adult thing to do or whatever it
correct.
might be.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. And we do it all the time. And, it's just like, I mean, every time you abandon yourself, every time you become less, or you just get, oh no, I'll take that less, or that's not what I need right now. That's self-betrayal. You know what I mean? Like I sometimes it just happens so subtly, and like our body feels so like tight and no, but we convince ourselves, oh no, just this time, and then one time after the other, and we're like, what the heck
Yeah.
happened? What the heck happened? Why am I feel? Because I feel that because sometimes it gets piled up one after the other, and then all of a sudden resentment starts creeping in. It's like, wait a minute, where did that emotion come in? Well, this emotion came in because constantly I didn't listen to my body or I didn't listen to this whisper, right? And it's becoming now it's not a whisper anymore, right? It's becoming actually an emotional issue.
Yeah. So let's talk about what self-betrayal is because I
Yeah.
think it can have multiple definitions. I don't know what the real definition of self-betrayal is, but when I think of it, I'm thinking of not being true to myself, like
Mhm.
not listening to what my soul is asking for or going against it. And that I feel like can look like a multitude of things. That can be just ignoring intuition, and that's self-betrayal. It could be wanting to do something, but you're like, no, for whatever reason, I'm not going to do that. Someone's not going to like me or whatever. So then you do something else. Do you have any other thoughts on what self betrayal
Like,
is?
I'm going to give you an example right now, and it just literally happened. And I understand that what I'm going to say may be sensitive to the public. And I just want to say that if you are going listening and say this is not a problem to have, this is a big problem to have. I have a big problem gaining weight, right? I don't gain weight easily. I lose it very easily. Like, and I'm going to be very honest and real. I am 5 feet, and right now I'm 78
Tiny.
pounds. 78 pounds. I'm tiny, but that's underweight. So, and that's not healthy, right? That could affect so many things, right? So I've been wanting to gain weight and I know what I need to do to gain weight. So for example, today I woke up and I've been telling you, I've been waking up hungry, but I'm still delaying. Like, oh, I have to drink my coffee first, I have to drink my water. And then it's like, why am I not immediately making food for myself, even though I am waking up hungry? So today we were recording at 9 and I had gotten dressed because we were doing video. I wanted to make sure that I'm dressed, I'm presentable. And I was like, oh, I have 20 minutes. Am I going to have time to do something? No. I'll just make something to eat after. But I'm hungry. My body's telling me, Denise, you're hungry, right? So I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So this is the ultimate self-betrayal because I was gonna delay to eat because I told myself, I gave myself the excuse, I don't have time. But what do you mean I don't have time? It's 20 minutes. It's not like I'm gonna get in the car and drive 30 hours to record with you. I'm recording upstairs. Like it's 2 seconds to go up. So I just like, you know what? No. I went in and I prepared my grilled cheese sandwich and my avocado toast and I'm eating right now. So if you're watching the video, I'm eating because I'm trying to gain weight. But, and then guess what? I logged in on time. Also woke my daughter up. But it's just the constant lies and the excuses we
Hmm.
just give ourselves in order not to listen to our body. You know what I mean? Or, I had a situation where my body was so tensed up, and instead of saying no and removing myself from the situation, I didn't. I stayed. And then a whole situation that I had to deal with for 3 weeks happened. Had I listened to my body, and yeah, so it's when you are making the excuses for you not to doing something that your body's telling you to do or your intuition's telling you to do and constantly telling you to do. I'm not saying like here and there. It's if constantly your body's waking up hungry like myself and I'm constantly giving excuses, I'm not gonna eat, I'm not gonna eat until later, what am I doing to myself?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think we can look at, there's so much we can unpack with this. And I've got a story I can share too, because obviously we're talking about self-betrayal for a reason. Like I said, you brought it up and I was like, what am I gonna say? And then it was like ding, 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 knocking on my doorstep. Um, why do we do this? Like why do we feel like it's okay to betray ourselves? Why do we not listen to our intuition? Like, what leads to that? And I don't have an answer, but I think it's important for everyone to look into because we are all guilty of this. We all deal with some type of self betrayal on a regular basis, but sometimes we don't want to see it. It's these little things, like you said, like, oh, I'm not eating. But then there can be this self betrayal of like, I know that I'm going to feel better if I eat this, but I'm going to go just eat cookies or I'm going to do this. Well, you're betraying yourself because you're saying, I'm not going to feel good. You're also betraying yourself because you're ignoring other aspects that need to be addressed, right? Like I always tell people, I'm a realist, I'm not a purist, but if you're always reaching for food that doesn't serve you, it's not that you have no willpower, it's that you're ignoring some type of emotion. And that's self betrayal.
I mean, again, there aren't, maybe it's not an answer why we do this, but I could talk about maybe because something came up to me why we do this. It's also our conditioning, what we
Mm,
grew up seeing,
yep.
what we grew up hearing. I never thought that I grew up having problem with weight because I was always skinny. However, I have been watching and hearing my mother comment about weight about my sister and my brother or other people, right? And it's constantly commenting on weight, constantly. And I was like, wait a minute. So I must have heard it and it became part of me that it's not safe to gain weight, it's not safe to eat. It is, skinny people are, I don't know, I really don't know, but it could be the conditioning. It could be the habits and the patterns that we're repeating. It could be some things that we didn't even we're not even thinking about anymore. It's so subconscious. That's why it's really,
Mm.
really important to be intentional. You know what I mean? And that's why, here's what I'm going to say. The whispers, I know, it's just like we're not scripted.
We don't script.
So sometimes you may get a whisper, like, like stay away from cookies, right? But if constantly this is becoming a thing, then now you need to tune in. And when you're not tuning in, you're going into denial, no matter how much work you've done and no matter how much healing you've done. You know what I mean? Look at me and you.
Yeah.
We talk about this stuff. We even have courses and we teach people and all of that, and we still do it because it is a big part of our subconscious, and we need to be intentional right now to be like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this to myself. Why am I
Yeah.
doing this to myself? And it can be in any area. Right now I'm talking about eating because my goal is to lose weight, but it could be in any area of of your life, but it's just being true to yourself and what you want, what your body wants, and not justifying. For example, let's say you want to go to, I don't know, you want to go to Spain and the whole family wants to go to whatever. I mean, I don't know, this is not a good example, but just being true to yourself
Yeah.
and just being intentional. And this does require a lot of self-reflection, a lot. And I know people don't want to journal, but you know what? Why don't you want to journal? You're self-betraying yourself. Oh, I don't like to write.
Yeah.
Lies. This is the story I just made today. It's the lies we tell ourselves. And healing and change doesn't just come automatically. Like you said, oh, I went to therapy today, or I went to meditation and yoga, and all of a sudden, or hang on, I'm going to give you an example. I opened a little meditation center and now I have classes and now I'm healed. I heard that from a practitioner one day. I'm healed. I'm like, and then I saw something
Nobody's
she
healed.
commented. I'm like, no, you're not. You know what I mean? And it's not judgment. This is not judgment. This is just pointing and being intentional that healing is a journey and it's
Mhm.
constant self-reflection. If you and I are so ahead in the journey and we still self-betray, you can only imagine someone who's at the beginning of the journey or hasn't even started the journey, how much self-betrayal you do.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, we've said it before, awareness is key, but it's the same thing, awareness and self-reflection. Like, we have to be looking in the mirror all day long. Like, you have to get to the point where every decision you make, every thought that you have, like, this doesn't need to be an obsessive thing, but like in the moment, am I being true to myself? Is this what I'm choosing to do? Is this thought what's serving me? Do I need to move my attention? Like, there are so many different avenues you can go, but yeah, we do this all the time. We make excuses for things. I will give my own example. Hopefully I don't go on too much of a tangent. But I made a post on this today, and Denise knows this. I wanted to be an artist my whole life. Like, as a little girl, I was cutting up dish towels, making clothes for my Cabbage Patch Kids, Barbies, like that. I wanted to be a fashion designer. I dressed crazy. I made my prom dress. Um, I drew, I painted, like I took private art lessons. Like, that was it. It was living, breathing art. And then something happened. And all of a sudden I was like, I don't know. I question everything. I question if I'm good enough. I'm questioning if I can make a living doing this. Maybe it's just something for fun on the side. And that's when I quit art school and I went back and I got a degree in English and then became a teacher. And I did teach art for a period of time, but I mostly taught English. And it's like art completely went by the wayside. And I betrayed myself for decades. It really did, because art was such a big piece of me. And whether or not it was my calling at the time, like I was supposed to be an artist, it doesn't matter. I was supposed to continue to create, even if it was just on the side. And I betrayed myself by, telling myself all kinds of stories.
Yeah.
And
Let me
yeah,
ask you this. Do you think that you put art to the side and went to the English degree or whatever because art doesn't make money?
yes, it was fear. It was 100%
Right?
fear
Because we all
based.
hear it.
Art
Artists
doesn't
don't make
make money,
money.
and
They
I'm
die.
not as
They
good.
die starving. That
Yep.
like it doesn't matter. And I did not say this, but I don't know who said it, either Joe Dispenza or one of the meditations I listened to. We did not come here to react to life. We
Mhm.
came here to co-create and to design the life that we want. So
Yeah.
stop treating that life as if it's just, I'm reacting to everything around me, you know? Step into the person that you are meant to be and no more, no
Yeah.
more. And it's kind of like when you put your foot down for your kid and say, no chocolate after 10 or whatever before that time. Put your foot down and reparent yourself and say,
Mhm.
no, I am not going to self-betray in any area, whether it's finances, whether it's this, it's that, and it's the career that you take, you with art, like it's being true to ourselves and just looking in the mirror sometimes is scary.
Mhm. But it's
you know
healing.
it's healing and it's rewarding because the peace that you have and the calm is just beyond. And I have been achieving that the past few weeks because I have been sticking to my truth and I have been standing in my truth. And just the peace and the calm. No, because nothing has changed around me. There's still chaos, let's say, but there's still calm. There's calm and peace. And I've been telling you that on my walks because I have decided that no more,
Yeah.
no, for nobody. I don't care anybody. I love the people around me. I love my family, but I love me.
Mm-hmm.
I love my nervous system.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's the thing. I shared the story not because I think everybody listening is, a past artist, but it's things like that. Like, what did you love doing earlier in life that you have pushed aside because, oh, the kids, I've got to do this, or my husband's working, I don't have time for myself, or, oh, I can't do this. Like, I hear that all the time with clients, and it's no different than me like pushing my art aside. You
And
are betraying what you wanted to do. Like, you have
yeah.
to find some time for that. And then if not, it's like Denise said, it's an excuse.
Yeah. And then we do this constantly, right? We self-betray, self-betray, self-betray. And all of a sudden we have the anger, we have the anxiety, we
Mm-hmm.
have the resentment, we have all these emotions. And we're like, why am I so angry? Why am I so resentful? Well, guess what, honey? Well, guess what? Because you've been betraying yourself and not being true to yourself
Yeah.
for years. So where does that gonna go? It's not just gonna disappear. Energy does not just disappear,
Yeah.
and then so I feel let's talk about the some of the subtle signs, which is basically if you have any anger, resentment, anxiety, start looking in several areas of your life where you are betraying yourself and not being true to yourself and doing things for others when you don't want to do them, or doing things that literally, I mean, like when your body tenses or when your body is not like expanding, this is a no.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you saying yes to the things where you're going to say no
And I
to?
was going to say people pleasing, which ties right into
Oh,
that. Like,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a people
I'll have you
pleaser,
talk about that because that's your.
I know. People
I mean,
pleasing,
me too, but I'm gonna give you.
perfectionism, like that can be a form of self-betrayal because who are you trying to be perfect for? Yourself? Or is it for someone else because you want to look good? Yeah,
I
it's
read it
betrayal.
in the book, I think, or somewhere. I don't know. I've been reading a lot. I think it's just like she said, I think it's Kathy Heller or I don't know who, but something like, we're worried so much about people are gonna think literally 5 minutes, they're gonna think, okay, they're gonna judge you for 5 minutes and they're gonna forget about you because guess what? They
Yeah.
moved on to another person. So why are you changing this whole life around you just because to please this person who literally is gonna judge one after the other?
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, I mean, if we're gonna just like stop the episode right now, the thing is, you answer to your higher self. You answer to the better version of you. That's the only, and to
Hmm.
God, obviously, to the divine.
Yeah.
You don't answer to your kids. You answer to your partner, your spouse, your coworkers, your boss, your employees. You know what I mean? Like some business owners, they people please their employees,
Yeah.
people who work for them.
And we're not saying, I have to put this in there as like a disclaimer, we're not saying to ignore your family because all of a sudden you're like, I want to go do all these things. You can, that is going to make you a better mother, partner, spouse, friend, whatever, when, because this all goes together, right? We're talking about betraying yourself, but it goes with the boundaries, it goes with people pleasing, it goes with all of that. Like when you are tuning into what do I want? What do I need? What am I ignoring? That's going to make you a better person.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's going to carry on to your family and then when they see you like calm and sticking, being true to yourself, they're also going to learn again. They're like, oh my goodness, I want what she has. And then the people who don't, then they're just not meant for you. So that's, I think that sometimes, like, I mean, we worry so much about other people and what they think. And I mean, do you know how many times sometimes I've typed up a post and oh my goodness, I speak 4 languages and darn it, am I making a grammar error? Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
today, right now, as I was posting the story, and I was like, didn't you stop it? And I just, did. So these are the like great awareness is great. I love how you mentioned awareness, but awareness without an inspired action is no bueno,
Hmm.
right? So like have the action that goes with that awareness, and like, I mean, I told you that I've been delaying doing some Excel sheets because I don't like numbers and I don't like budgets.
Yeah.
But budget is what's gonna get me to where I want to go. And so that's, I'm like, you know what? Nope, I need to get my ass on that Excel sheet
Yeah.
or whatever I wanted to do. But just look in your life and see. And but the first of all, if when you're listening to this, it's really important to look at the emotions that are constantly in your life, right? Because I would tell you all the time, I'm just angry and I don't know why I'm angry. And great, yeah, go to the rage room and get it out. I get that. I get that. However, if we don't know what that source of anger is,
Yeah.
and just with me, just self-reflecting and constantly walking, and please, if you don't want to self-reflect and you don't want to journal, go on a walk. Go
Yes,
on a
that's
walk.
my favorite thing.
Keep going around the
Movement.
block, around the block, around the block, and guess what? It'll come to you. It
Yeah.
will come to you clear as day,
Yeah.
clear as day, and things just start opening up, and you just replace the chaos and the anger or whatever with the calm and the peace that you have been craving. I mean, I've been craving.
Yeah. And that's my thing. I've been waking up before everyone and going on a walk in the morning. And that's just where I get ideas, inspiration, peace, all the things. Like I just crave that walk. And that's the thing. You guys know we're always giving tools and strategies, but you've got to figure out what this is for you. Denise mentioned journaling. It's I'm gonna own it. It's not my jam, and I don't think it's self-betrayal. I just don't love to journal, but I love to reflect. So like basically I'm journaling in my head on my walk. Like I'm coaching myself nonstop. So it might be journaling, it might be a walk, it might be somatic movement, it might be your legs up the wall. Like I don't really care what you do, but you've got to find a way to start to engage with that self-reflection.
I have a tip that I just
Yeah.
discovered on the walk, and I know that I was going to tell you that we're going to add it to the program that we're working on. It's walk and talk.
Mm. Like
Okay,
talk
so
out
you
loud
can
to
talk
yourself like
out,
a crazy person?
yeah, or in your mind, because what you're doing in your self-reflect, you're
Yeah.
journaling in your mind.
Yeah.
Or I work better because I'm very vocal. I work better with saying things out loud, and I'm not saying like you're walking and talking and like. But it's one, there's no one, because I walk in the neighborhood and there's no one around me. And then two, I'm just like whispering to myself, like I'm talking like, hmm. And then things just, so for example, I'm walking, a thought comes in. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I say, wait a minute, is this a true thought? Where did that come from? And then so I start walking and talking at the same time. And this is my journaling. And this is my,
Mhm.
sometimes I don't just come in and journal it. I haven't really journaled in my journal for a minute, but I started yesterday again and I did it today. But on my walks, there've been so much journaling in my mind and in my talking, because one, you're by yourself, and then two, there's no one around to think you're crazy. And guess what? If they think you're crazy, it doesn't matter, because
Yeah.
if they think you're crazy, they're projecting that on you. So it's on them, not you, right?
Yeah.
So like it doesn't matter. And if you are very self-conscious about it, go to a neighborhood where there's nobody. I don't know.
Mhm. Or like I mean, that's the same thing. I'm just
I mean,
not
these are
saying it out loud,
excuses.
but
Like we're
it's
giving you the excuses, no
yes.
excuses. That's the thing too. You
Yes.
gotta put on your bigger pants and be like, no more,
Mhm.
no more. Like, yeah, sure, we can present things to you. And sometimes you and I sometimes like want to present things, very like PC. No, if
Yeah.
you are not happy with your life and you have anger, resentment, anxiety, all this crap feelings, then guess what? Something has got to change. And that something is a lot of self. I know we've talked about self-love, but there's no self-love if you don't stop self-sabotaging and self-betrayal.
Yeah. If you're not being true to yourself, that's it.
No.
That's
I mean, you can soak in the bathtub for 10 hours. But if you're not being true to yourself and saying no when you need to say no and saying yes when you need to say yes, and when your body says fuck no, you just go to the no. I don't care who's saying yes. It could be, I
mhm.
don't know, it could be the most influential person in the world telling you, oh, you got to do this, but your body's saying no. You believe you. You don't believe
Yeah.
the guru or the whatever, because these people, us too, we're giving you advice based on tips based on our experiences, based on what we have been through.
Yeah.
So always listen to you, to your body. That's why it's important to start tuning into your body. And that's how you do with the walking and with the coloring, with art, and
Mm,
with the breathing. And
yeah.
stop giving excuses. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Because if you think you don't have time, look at your screen time.
Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh.
let's get the
Yes.
phones. Let's get the phones. Let's be real. Let's be
Yeah.
real. Screen time. I'm gonna give you my screen time.
I don't even know how to get to screen time. I'm
I
scared.
just typed it screen time. So go to, you have an iPhone, yeah?
Yeah. Screen time.
Okay. So for this week, you know how much hours, how many hours I have? And I've been reducing that, but it's been up 14% from last week.
How do you, okay.
Okay, so go to settings.
I'm in screen time, but like it doesn't show me anything. It just says limit usage, communication.
Wait, because I went screen time. Okay, so like I typed it in the search.
Mine
Like I,
comes up screen time, but I think I have everything off. You know what I mean? Like I never
like
enabled
my
that.
daily average, no, I'm sure I will able to help you after this because we don't want to
Okay.
make this too long. However, what I did is I went to the search and I typed in screen time and it says my daily average is 7 hours and 10 minutes.
Ooh.
It's up 14% from last week.
Wow.
And this is me working on myself
Mm-hmm.
and still finding time to journal, meditate, etc. But guess what? With that 7 hours and 10 minutes, I could have done the Excel sheet that I would wanting to do, finish the templates that I wanted to finish, and I could have also set the budget that I wanted to set.
Yeah.
So stop giving yourself excuses. We don't want to baby you. To be honest,
No,
we're being
we're
very real,
real.
very
We're
honest.
real.
Stop giving excuses. Oh, I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to walk. Look at your screen time. If your
Yeah.
screen time is 3 hours or 2 hours, guess what? You could have walked for 15 minutes. You could have meditated for 15 minutes and you could have self-reflected for 15. That's less than an hour. Just take 1 hour away from that screen time. But we give so much power. And this is the ultimate self-betrayal. The ultimate self-betrayal.
Yeah.
Consuming, 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 and then trusting these gurus or me and you to give you answers. You have the answers. Stop betraying yourself.
I have nothing left to
That's
say
what
to
I'm like.
that.
It's just coming. It's just coming. I mean, I don't know because like sometimes I feel like, oh, we want to baby you. Oh, don't think that. Don't think this. Well, you're here to heal. You're not here. You're not listening to us so we can give you more excuses.
Yeah.
You're listening to us so we can wake you up and shake something in you. And if it's not getting shaken, then we're not doing our job.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We give tools, strategies, tips, all the things, advice every single week. We bring on experts. Great. What are you doing with that information?
Exactly. Or we read the books, oh, I read like 500 books. What are we doing from the books?
Yeah. It doesn't
When are we
just
implementing
magically
them?
get into
Oh,
you.
I bought this program, Kira.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, same with me. Enrolled in a program to grow my speech business. It's called Grow. And I have not done the Excel sheet that I needed to do. Look, I'm looking
Yeah.
at 7 hours and 10 minutes this freaking week.
Yeah.
So I'm calling myself out right here on the podcast.
I would call myself out if I could figure it out, but I'm sure it's bad. I'm sure it's bad. Like
Yeah.
we forget how much we scroll and
It should look
yeah.
like this.
No, it doesn't.
If
I
you
don't
go to
think I
the
have it innate.
search,
I'll show
what
you
kind of
after.
iPhone do you have?
I don't know. An
Okay,
old one?
okay. We'll figure it out. We will figure it. We will help Kira figure it out. But I'm sure you can see your screen time. And I give my daughter the same example with the screen time because she's constantly telling me, "Oh, I don't have time to practice. I don't want to practice. Oh, I have to do. I'm tired." And I'm like, "Okay, let's look at the screen time
Hmm.
and the teenager's screen time. If mine is 7 hours,
Oh my gosh. I don't even, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
I mean, I mean, we're talking babies. I see kiddos right now for speech, and they're less than 4 years old. And do you know how many of them they don't even know how to play with a puzzle
Yeah,
because all they know how to do is get on the iPad. A puzzle, putting
yeah.
animal in the thing. And these are
Don't get
not
me
kids with
started.
autism. These are not kids with autism. These are kids with speech and language. Just, I get it. And even kids with autism, they can do puzzles. Like I can teach them how to do puzzles. But if you are used to the screen,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna apologize about like, oh, screen. Yes, technology is great. I love the phone. I love the this. But if it's interfering with your goals and interfering with your co-creation of your life and you designing your life, then something's got to change.
Agreed.
And like I think our most listened to episode is emotions.
It is. Yeah.
It's because a lot of us, we have all these big emotions and we want to master our emotions, we want to control our emotions, but then yet we don't want to do the work that are causing those emotions.
Agreed. Because it's not easy to dig into. None of this is easy. That's the thing, guys. None of what we talk about is easy. And that's partly why we don't script it too. It's like we need to let it come through us. This is just where we're at on our journeys. And yeah, I mean, Denise and I leave each other messages all the time. A lot of it is painful and uncomfortable and embarrassing, and we don't want to dig into it, but we're doing it because we know this is what heals us. This is what we're here to do, is to heal, in my opinion. Denise, you're on mute.
Thank you. For the longest time, I would tell myself, no, 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 I don't want to do shadow work. Oh, I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into that. Oh, no, 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 no. So I would listen to the people who talk about the present moment and loving yourself. But then I realized, like, I can't love myself if I'm constantly betraying myself,
Yeah, it's so
right? Or
true.
if I'm constantly not digging into the root cause of these emotions.
Yeah.
Why am I losing myself? Right? So, and that's when, and I don't know how, like a few months ago, the late Debbie Ford, I didn't even know
Yeah.
she had passed away. And, but I was listening to oh, no, no, I have the app, the Hey House app, the Empower You. And one of her workshops showed up and I started listening to her, I started listening to her book. And then later on, I Googled her and I was like, oh my goodness, she passed away a while back, like in 2012, I think. And but then it was a big sign to do shadow work, and I did tarot reading with somebody, and shadow work came up again, and shadow work came up again. I'm like, you know what? I cannot run away from myself anymore.
Yeah.
I've been
It's
trying
time
to
to
run
dig
away from
in.
myself. I've been trying to run away with myself with doing all of these modalities and the healing and the this and the reading the books, but it's something that yeah. And and since I started doing that, calm and peace, and I left a 20-minute voice
Mhm.
message yesterday, and
Yes, you
I'm not
did.
telling you. I know it's like a phone call, and I'm not telling you that. Oh my goodness, everything is great. No, things are still chaotic around me in some areas. However, the peace I have is priceless,
Yeah.
priceless.
Okay, guys. I know we rambled. I know we rambled today, and sometimes
I
we
love
do, and
rambling.
sometimes that's okay. Um, we're just encouraging you to look in the mirror. Look at
Yeah.
the areas you're betraying yourself. And it can be a whole host of things. We talked about food, finances, relationships, career, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Uh-uh.
Telling somebody yes when you really mean no, like your intuition. Start looking at where you're betraying yourself and make different choices.
And if
That's
you're
simple.
wondering, like, where am I betraying myself? Stop, go for walks.
Yes.
I promise you, things will come so clear.
Yeah.
Just like don't even go to a park. I don't even go to a park or to a scenery. I walk around the neighborhood. There are
Yeah.
barely trees and flowers.
Yeah.
I just
That's all I
walk,
do.
and it's the repetitiveness of the walking around the neighborhood. And sometimes it's like 30 minutes. I'm like, whoa, I walked for 30 minutes. I feel good, but then so much clarity comes in. So we're giving you the simplest tip. If you are, if this talk is kind of giving you anxiety, which is great, look
Mm-hmm.
within. That's fine. We love to stir up those emotions because this is what helped us get into that level. Because with you going back to your art and with me, changing some things around and then quitting cannabis, maybe we can talk about that next time. Um, it just became so clear.
Yeah.
So there's so much clarity. But what what helped me? The walking. Because I stopped walking for a minute and then I went back to it and just so I really recommend if this is just foreign to you, I don't want to journal, I don't want to do this, don't walk.
Yeah. That's
It's
my
free.
that's my thing.
It's
Every day.
free, right?
Yep.
No money. And then what do you mean time? I mean, you walk.
Yeah.
And if you're at work, take the lunch break and then walk around the wherever you work. You know what I mean? Like if someone's working 9 to 5 or whatever, like they come home, they want to make dinner. I get that. You don't want to walk. I love walking in the afternoon because sometimes I do walk sometimes in the heat, like it doesn't matter. But usually I like to walk in the afternoon. But if someone, if you're listening and you're like, I'm working, and guess what? Take that lunch break, eat your
Yep.
food, and then go walk.
You can find the time. We can all find the time. We just choose not to and make those
Oh yeah,
excuses.
just look at the screen time, and then take at least 1 hour from that for you.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, guys. Well,
Leave
Obviously,
us
I'll
a
say we'll
review.
see. Yeah. No, but if you're new here, welcome. We have a ton of episodes at this point. You can start at episode 1. You can start with the top episodes, which I know emotions was the top one, gut health was the top one. Um, yeah, and stay tuned. We've got something in the works for you guys.
And
Couldn't
no,
tell
I
you when it's
think
going to get released.
it's gonna even get better and better since you and I have been doing the
Yeah.
true like deep in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Alrighty.
We'll see you on the next episode.